While congratulating the graduates of class of 2014 of NEFT for successful completion of bachelor's degree and the faculty for selfless contribution in honing the talents of students, this convocation address is being presented to enable the graduates to increase the vistas of fashion beyond academic and classroom learning and plunge into the areas of earnest contribution that is possible in the world of fashion technology. The understanding of fashion is often highly ambiguous, which means different things to different persons. However, the generic understanding is mostly associated with clothing and traditionally has been thought of as a popular way of dressing, connected with creating and selling of clothes in new styles. The definition of fashion has been changing over time, whereas prior to 19th century, the trends were restricted to a particular group of people who are culturally united or belong to a certain ethnic group. However, post-industrialization, global fashions have come into vogue and some specific countries leading the trends. Due to rapid urbanization from the 20th century onwards, there has been more tolerance, acceptance, and even fascination for other cultures in national and international fashion industries. The iconic symbols and trends of Indian dressing have been made fashion statements in countries of Far East and Far West. The term fashion and technology always seem to be in discord. While fashion is complex, communicating various signals of human emotions and feelings, technology appears to be hard-hitting, downright practical, which means to an end to achieve results, which is mainly for the use of scientific industries, engineering, and to invent new things to solve problems. Fashion, on the other hand, can be more frivolous, humorous, to fan a person or a group of people's whims and be fanciful, which can sometimes be associated with merrymaking, playfulness, etc., solely to trigger inner happiness. However, the Indian National Institute of Fashion Technologies have amalgamated the two to form a serious science of higher learning, which include the disciplines related to social and applied sciences. Government of India has recognized the role of clothing and fashion in shaping the styles across the country and has ensured the growth of the industry in leaps and bounds in the past 40 years or so. It has promoted apparel production, accessory design, knitwear design, textile design, leather design, while creating expertise in fashion communication in the form of photography, fashion journalism, graphic design, etc. Though formal institutes of fashion technology have managed to create a niche in certain areas, the scope and extent of its outreach has been limited. In terms of scope, there are several unexplored areas such as interface of fashion with natural environment, built environment, human resource management, corporate office management, etc. In short, they have not been able to extend their arms into interdisciplinary areas and fashion and lifestyle products. The economics of fashion has always been intriguing, unlike in other applied sciences such as engineering, agriculture, architecture, etc. It is often debated in fashion literature as to why a particular person or a group of people pursue fashion. The most commonly agreed upon answer is that it is signaling of a status. People like to move up the social ladder and emulate the lifestyle of those who are immediately above them in the social ladder in terms of wealth, class, education, etc. Therefore, fashion has always remained at a premium, and fashion houses have been catering to the elite groups following the traditional model of fashion. These models tend to price out several market segments, thereby spiraling the costs higher for the lower market segments, thereby increasing inflation in clothing and lifestyle accessories, which may become unaffordable to the common man. Therefore, fashion can consider moving away from the snob value and the iconic fashion for social cause. The need and aspirations of common man also need to be addressed by the promoters of fashion as responsive professionals and contribute positively to the demand that arises due to the population growth and the paradigm shift that is seen in the aspiration of the millions. Generally, the housing models and the food supply models seem to be somewhat applicable even in the sphere of fashion technology, as food, clothing, shelter have always been identified as the basic requirements of mankind. Fashion also addresses the socio-psychological needs of people. Therefore, more thought and caution is needed by designers, who in turn are to be equipped with intellectual ideologies through academics such as NIFT. Though in theory it is easy to state that the demand-supply equation of fashion products should be in equilibrium, in order to achieve fair pricing, demand forecasting for providing the supply of the goods is often difficult and leads to stockouts and high inventory, obsolescence, low service levels, and inefficient resource utilization. In order to overcome these strategies, the cooperation and vertical integration between designers, manufacturers, outsourcing agencies, and retailers can be adopted to reduce the demand-supply gap. Thus, agile supply chains have become more successful than forecast supply chains. In order to better address the issues of demand and supply of fashion products, market has been segregated into different categories, with key segments being divided into gender, male, female, age, infants, toddlers, children, teenagers, adults, middle-aged, elderly. Market segmentation can also be geographically related based on the climate and the cultural factors. For example, North India, South, Eastern, and Northwestern parts of India. A huge market segment is behavior related, such as bridal wear, maternity, holiday related products, etc. Lifestyle related segments cater to the needs of groups of people following a particular lifestyle. Example, corporate dressing for women employees. Further segmentation is made through categorization of the spending power, income categories, cultural requirements related to race, ethnicity, in order to ensure supply to all the segments of the population, while the branding can be varied. This segmentation has made the fashion industry more organized and somewhat more manageable. The showcasing of fashion has always been by promotion of designers in fashion weeks world over, and the focus has primarily been more on the designers than on the virtues of a particular design. The value of the design needs to be assessed in terms of comfort, ecological footprint that the manufacturing of fashion is creating, affordability, significance of the design in the social context, origin of design, historical trends of the design, innovation, utility, the benefits of a particular trend, and require detailed commentary and literature reviews of the same. The focus on modeling the show can be subtler, while the design events can be organized at local levels to reach out to the rural and the local communities who have been trendsetters within their own right, particularly in the Indian context, where their contribution is unabashedly used by top-notch Indian and international designers. Fashion Design Council of India, unlike other councils of various professions such as pharmacy, medicine, veterinary sciences, architecture, technical education, law, agriculture, etc., which are legal entities established by Government of India, is merely an enterprise by a group of designers who formed an independent association of fashion designers, but have been doing commendable work with the main objective of propagating the business of fashion, and played an important role in developing marketing strategies, setting standards. However, the support it gains from the Ministry of Textile and other related government bodies is not in the form of legislation, which empowers it to regulate by framing rules, guidelines, control quality, and address the ethical issues involved in the fashion industry. Though the Fashion Design Council of India manages to secure finance from the government schemes, corporate sponsorships, direct investment, and conducts training programs on sizing norms and accounting norms, labeling norms, etc., it has no regulatory powers as seen in the Indian councils of various professions. There is an urgent need to address the issue by the upcoming and present generation of fashion designers. As in other professions, fashion too has to resolve the issues related to ethics in carrying out its business. Some of the issues pointed out even by the fashionistas are protection of environment by use of natural material or raw materials which are produced without harming the environment in terms of use of pesticides, chemicals, dyeing, etc., which lead to hazardous effects on people involved with it. Prevention of cruelty to animals in the name of fashion is an important step taken by the animal activists, which is noteworthy. Human rights activists are against the low wages, low hours of work, and unhealthy working conditions, etc., which are particularly common in the fashion industry. Organic fashion now is in vogue, with Center for Sustainable Fashion launching a campaign called Is Green the New Black? The concept of fair trade, wherein the production of goods is made adopting ethical values has seen light in the fashion industry. Some of the methods adopted in sustainable fashion are use of eco-conscious and socially responsible ways of production, such as use of chemical-free production of cellulose material, namely cotton, jute, flax, hemp, bamboo, soy, corn, banana, pineapple, beetroot, etc., and cruelty-free extraction of proteins, namely wool, silk, angora, camel, alpaca, cashmere, etc. Use of recycled fiber is also highly sustainable method. Another ethical issues that has been brought out into focus is that fashion has always remained exclusive, and with the current socio-cultural situation prevailing globally, considerations such as fashion for common man, clothes for disabled, economically weaker sections, which may also include subsidies and cross-subsidies in clothing, is to be given. Such economic reforms are essential in instances of protection from weather and climate conditions, etc., as found in the provisions of basic needs such as food, shelter, which can make fashion more inclusive and humane.